Welcome to the Film Channel Movie Silver Screen.
The film picks up just 6 days after the events of its predecessor, and right from the start, it's clear that this installment will be bloodier and more intense. The story begins with Kyle Gallner's character, Joel, from the first film, who must pass on his curse to someone else. He chooses a drug dealer as his victim in a well-executed scene filled with violent chaos. An unexpected visitor, Lucas Gage, witnesses the mayhem and becomes the new host for what can only be described as a parasite, an entity that feeds on one's insecurities and traumas, manifesting increasingly horrifying visions, often featuring loved ones committing unspeakable acts with unsettling smiles. Meanwhile, Sky Riley, Naomi Scott, has taken a year off from her successful music career following a car accident that left her severely injured and claimed her partner's life. This tragic event stemmed from her struggles with drug and alcohol abuse. Sequels, especially horror sequels, often experience a significant decline in quality. The First Smile was one of the standout horror films of 2022. In a remarkable year for scary movies, Smile played a significant role in the genre's success. One thing it definitely has in common is a stellar central performance. Sosie Bacon shone as the standout performer in The First Smile, while Naomi Scott delivers an outstanding performance in the superior sequel, enduring both emotional and physical rigor for 2 hours of entertainment. Naomi Scott, who portrays Riley, is a remarkable actress, deeply and clearly very committed to her role. When tasked with conveying a specific emotion or scene, she pulls out all the stops, reflecting not only on her character's past but also on her present and, ironically, the terrifying future that looms ahead as a consequence of her circumstances. One of the strengths of Parker Finn's Smile 2 is its effort to build on the themes of the successful first film rather than simply rehashing them. While the original movie tapped into a subgenre of horror that portrays mental illness as a supernatural force, Finn expands the narrative to include issues like self-hatred, addiction, and the commercialization of pop stars. By prioritizing a compelling storyline over potential backlash from mainstream audiences, the film achieves a memorable and impactful horror experience. In this sequel, Riley is now sober and, encouraged by her mother, Elizabeth, Rosemary DeWitt, is preparing to embark on a new tour. However, the rehearsals worsen her injuries, prompting her to visit an old friend, Lucas Gage, for stronger painkillers. The film also intriguingly limits its exploration of the demon or spirit at play and how it might be defeated. While this aspect of the plot isn't deeply examined, the writers are intentionally tactful here and wisely choose to adopt a show-don't-tell approach. Like Riley, Cotter is also burdened by past trauma, experiencing frequent flashbacks to her distressing events and confronting her inner demons in a similar way. Their narratives are so closely aligned that they culminate in nearly identical final acts. While Sky has managed to move past her addiction and grief, the Smile creature exploits her insecurities and vulnerabilities, gradually driving her to madness. Both Riley and Cotter come to understand the necessity of battling the demon after enduring its torment for several days, run into abandoned buildings to confront it, and ultimately take drastic measures and radical action to defeat the demon. In Flashbacks and Hauntings, Paul is portrayed by Ray Nicholson, who got the head-down malevolent smile thing that his dad Jack made so famous, and that reportedly inspired this film. The underlying theme of the profound effects of trauma remains fundamentally unchanged. While Sky is present, Lewis takes his own life in a violent manner right before her eyes. She leaves, attempting to suppress the memory and concentrate on her tour, but soon begins to experience unsettling visions and sensations. Her mother and manager, Elizabeth, Rosemary DeWitt, her assistant Josh, Miles Gutierrez Riley, and Darius, Raul Castillo, the head of her record label, are all eager for Sky's comeback. However, her deteriorating mental state makes this impossible. Feeling as though she is losing her grip on reality, she encounters Morris, Peter Jacobson, who reveals that she is being haunted by a malevolent entity and offers her a way to escape its grasp. While the sequel mirrors many elements of the original story, it presents them in a more polished and engaging manner, filled with some gnarly kill sequences. Sky attempts to reconnect with an old friend, Gemma Dillangelula, someone who she thinks she can trust. However, Smile 2 delves deeper than just a haunting. It explores themes of cruelty and the mental strain that can push someone to their limits in ways that are both physically and emotionally unimaginable. The core elements are just so interesting and well done, maintaining an undercurrent of fear, trauma, and the lack of understanding we have of the bizarre and intangible. The film is genuinely unsettling, unexpectedly brutal, and shows little interest in balancing a typical horror movie ending with a family-friendly experience. The main character is thrust into a state of madness, and through tremendous camera work, an excellent score and a thoroughly manic performance by Naomi Scott, the madness effortlessly leaps off the screen and into our minds, drawing us deeper into the turmoil of a fragile psyche. Director Finn asks a lot of his lead performer Scott, pushing her through both physical and emotional trials, and her commitment to every moment is crucial. She delivers one of the year's best horror performances, absolutely. Though in the same year as The Substance, she has her work cut out for her. DeWitt seems to relish her role as the overbearing stage mom, adding another layer to the film. One of the strengths of Smile 2 lies in its thematic exploration. It effectively addresses the parasocial relationships people develop with celebrities and the toll these connections can take on the star's mental health. The film rarely allows for moments of reflection. When it does, those pauses are brief and fleeting, leaving little time to catch your breath before the torment resumes. We believe the unfolding events because we resonate with her terrified reactions. From the moment it latches onto her, it does what it does best. It relentlessly dismantles her existence, wearing her down and instilling fear in every waking moment, constantly threatening her impending self-murder. While the sound design is excellent, it is Scott's performance that truly drives the film's success. Throughout her harrowing journey, she endures enough torment for 2 lifetimes. It is relentless, it is remorseless, and it revels in her worst, most dire moments. We have seen several young female celebrities protecting their mental well-being. It gives a sense of true intelligence to the entity finding someone to not only torture but to utilize the power of such reach. Being famous allows you. Taylor Swift and Chappell Roan have both once cancelled performances for their health and safety. And during the Beetlejuice press tour, we saw Jenna Ortega stand up for her co-star Winona Ryder, encouraging her to protect herself. Like any living thing, it can be tricked and killed perhaps. There are some truly stellar sequences here, especially one that could be called Smile Dancers that's one of the best in concept and execution in the genre of the year. With Part 2 we see just how it really pushes the notion of losing any aspirations of fighting off the curse once it has focused itself upon you. Smile 2 reminds us that we never know what demons someone is facing, and some of them will definitely ruin the tour. Being overwhelmed by unattainable beauty ideals and society's obsession with youth is not a recent phenomenon. However, Coralie Fargeet's The Substance comes after the Ozempic era, where a simple injection guarantees weight loss that felt unattainable without surgery only a few years prior. How a misogynistic culture encourages self-hatred for not meeting certain beauty standards and leads us to accept the inevitability of becoming nearly invisible after a certain age. Numerous artistic movements have aimed to contest these limitations. The Substance's tool for confronting such issues is a straightforward wrecking ball that is frequently thrilling and at times monotonous. However, Fargeet, who penned and helmed the movie, transforms the quest for a fountain of youth into a vibrant spectacle filled with blood and neon. Demi Moore portrays Elizabeth Sparkle, a Jane Fonda-like aerobics television icon who reaches the age of 50 and is quickly removed from her role in Hollywood. She is fired from her position as a fitness instructor for a daytime TV show when a hideous executive named Harvey, Dennis Quaid, terminates her program to accommodate someone younger. Disheartened, she heads home, but her attention is caught by the image of her beaming face being abruptly torn down from a billboard. Despite feeling devastated after being abruptly rejected due to her age, her nurse secretly hands her a USB drive marked The Substance, which generates a younger counterpart of herself, enabling her to remain active in the youth-obsessed entertainment industry, accompanied by a phone number to contact and an enticing note, "It changed my life." From puberty and the grim start of menstruation, illustrated in films like Brian De Palma's Carrie and John Fawcett's Ginger Snaps, to pregnancy and childbirth, with Rosemary's Baby as the clear example, women have served as a significant source of inspiration for genre filmmakers for the last 50 years. However, if you examine it more closely, 2 patterns emerge. Most female body-related horror focuses on different elements of the reproductive system, and it has predominantly been created by men. Titani and The First Omen, 2 recent films that utilize pregnancy as a horror element, are significant exceptions. Nonetheless, similar to the creatures in Gremlins, The Substance has a particular guideline. She is permitted to activate her younger self only once, and she and her lively counterpart must alternate every 7 days without fail. They are reportedly meant to have a shared consciousness, but as Elizabeth and her younger version, Sue, Margaret Qualley, use The Substance, they discover the hidden consequences of chasing youth at all costs. This is part of what makes French director Coralie Fargeet's intensely visceral second film so invigorating. The Substance not only presents a female viewpoint on women's bodies, but also contends that chaos truly begins once fertility is merely a faded recollection. They represent a crucial aspect of the hagsploitation subgenre. Consider Mia Goth adorned in loose-flesh prosthetics in T. West sex. But the starting point for The Substance is not so much the body itself as a reaction to the idea of it. It's delightfully extravagant material, a movie that evokes outrageous and monstrous visuals, then douses them in even more blood. The Substance immerses us in the chaotic, confusing emotional turmoil of menopause in a way that few other films have managed. A self-injection of the Substance serum produces a younger, more attractive Elizabeth, Sue, portrayed by Margaret Qualley, but lasts only for 7 days. Once that time frame expires, she has to revert to her previous self and go through the procedure repeatedly, or face consequences. She marks her 50th birthday during lunch with her bold TV executive boss, Harvey Dennis Quaid. He destroys a plate of shrimp and nonchalantly ends her contract. In The Substance, Fargeet additionally alludes to David Cronenberg's affinity for body horror in films such as The Brood, where a deranged scientist conducts experiments on a pregnant woman with catastrophic outcomes, Stuart Gordon's Reanimator, which similarly contains a neon green fluid resembling The Substance, James Whale's The Invisible Man, which portrays a medical wonder turned disastrous, and Brian De Palma's Carrie, in how it employs abundant blood and chaos to depict a girl suffering. What starts as a test for a fresh start swiftly distorts with dire results. Feeling despondent and facing only the vast emptiness of insignificance, Elizabeth represents the perfect buyer for The Substance, a clandestine cellular reproduction medication that offers a new self, quite literally, a pristine, wrinkle-less incarnation created from your own genetic material and delivered in the most horrifying manner possible. "Remember you are one," states the card within her supply kit. After that first injection, Sue's brutal, horrifying emergence from Elizabeth's body is a technical wonder and, similar to most of the film, it's not suited for the squeamish. The team responsible for visual and special effects includes Pierre-Olivier Persin, Brian Jones, Pierre Prokodin-Gorski, and Jean Neal. We've traveled a significant distance since David Cronenberg's The Fly. This uneasy coexistence has its caveats. The original and the new version maintain a fragile symbiotic relationship. They need to alternate every 7 days, and the new form requires daily stabilization. New cells develop, skin tears, blood seeps, and Fargeet methodically lingers over several agonizing minutes to guarantee your senses are activated and involved by every horrifying detail. It's a macabre Faustian agreement, part Dorian Gray, part Gremlins. Dennis Quaid overacts to the utmost in several scenes as Harvey, the sleazy, rude TV executive who carelessly dismisses Elizabeth and eagerly recruits Sue. Fargeet pairs her skilled on-screen partners with a powerful behind-the-scenes team, featuring cinematographer Benjamin Crocken, who advances the vivid pink and blue tones of revenge into a vibrant color scheme suitable for Beverly Hills, costume designer Emmanuel Yuknovsky, who adds even more striking colors and textures to define each character's identity, and composer Rafferty, whose infectious and driving rhythms give the film a sense of racing through traffic on the 405. Fargeet aims not merely to highlight the external pressures women endure to resort to drastic actions for attaining a limited notion of desirability, she seeks to immerse the viewer in a first-hand experience of the physical and mental damage it inflicts. Perhaps the use of Bernard Herrmann's Vertigo theme feels too on the nose, but it fits thematically in the story and its obsessive mood. The Substance might employ horror elements to critique the entertainment industry and the billion-dollar market profiting from the quest for eternal youth, yet it does so with such flair that it's still having its share of fun. Elizabeth has been conditioned to perceive the world through the perspective of the entertainment sector, a viewpoint that amplifies even the tiniest flaw, associating youth with value. This is a grand exhibition for Qualley and particularly for Moore, who might be channeling the abrasive, ever-spiraling spirit of Faye Dunaway in Mommy Dearest and late-period Betty Davis. Production designer Stanislas Reed-Dellett and his team's artistic layouts contribute to the film's elevated reality. Noticeable in the TV studio where an elongated corridor is drenched in the orange hues of the shining carpet, and at the pharmaceutical depot Elizabeth visits that seems straight out of 2001, A Space Odyssey. In her role as Sue, Qualley transforms into the girl next door with a perfect figure who loves neon athletic wear, lip gloss, oversized earrings, and young men. Her character appears underdeveloped, lacking family or friends, with no backstory aside from being a washed-up TV actress. Elizabeth and Sue embody pure instinct, serving as strong conduits through which to deliver Fargeet's primal scream. It's not surprising that she opts for desperate actions. That fundamental scream is justifiable and effective, but only to a certain extent. Fardeet continuously raises the stakes, with Moore and Quelly fully devoted to the absurdity and horror of their characters' collective journey. In contrast to Elizabeth's fitness program, Sue's workout videos focus on her body parts, since these are the aspects that her executives, such as Harvey, fetishize and market to viewers, strengthening the adoration of youth and its gravity-defying skin. Concurrently, the exaggerated approach seems to serve as an argument on its own, considering how little has fundamentally altered even after initiatives like the body-positive movement. The goalposts have merely shifted. Harvey seems to be reveling in his misbehavior, embodying the harshness women endure in the industry. It's undoubtedly Quaid's finest performance in recent times. The manner in which the camera reveres the pristine curves of well-defined buttocks and shining skin elasticity functions flawlessly. Hollywood's criteria for older women have become more flexible than in the past, yet the implicit concept of aging gracefully is still limiting. We admire actresses such as Jennifer Lopez, 55, Halle Berry, 58, and even Moore, 61, specifically because they appear younger than their years. Moore has openly discussed her previous challenges with disordered eating and aging in the industry. In a scene filled with deep emotion, Elizabeth stands in front of a mirror, attending to the last touches of her makeup and attire. Even though she appears as glamorous as anyone could wish, her expression reveals a discontented gaze as she notices more imperfections than beauty in front of her. It may be unnecessary to mention, but this is not the movie to seek out for realism and logical coherence. Fardeet rather glosses over the issue of whether a common consciousness exists between the two women. The substance succeeds due to Moore's raw portrayal of a woman grappling with self-loathing, societal perceptions, and her emerging reliance on a miraculous medication. Inevitably, though, Elizabeth and Sue end up battling over the distribution of their decreasing shared resources. The movie's concluding elongated scene presents a stunning vision, both bizarre and purifying. It's a conflict that won't conclude favorably for anyone involved, although it might seem like a warning for our era. The horrors within the substance have existed for a long time, and the problems the film reveals are far more than skin deep. Yet, in the end, isn't that the burden faced by any woman in the public eye? It's the sort of daring conclusion that inspires profound respect for its originator's aspirations, as well as a feeling of achievement within oneself for having endured through the continually intensifying chaos until the end. The sole rivalry she is bound to lose is against her younger self.